What's going on, guys? It's your boy Atlas bringing you another video today, and this is just going to be part 2 of the Destiny Rise of Iron expansion overview video that I made with my buddy Isaiah. Part 1 should have already been uploaded, and I didn't want to make like a 20-minute video, so I split it into two 8-minute parts for you guys. So yeah, I'll get right into it. So moving on down the list, we also have a new strike coming.
The year one strikes were okay. House of Wolves is one they kind of learned that people don't like spending a half an hour on a single strike. And that's why you see, like, even if you go in the strike playlist, all the randoms, they know how to cheese through the certain areas with ads.
Jeez.
They just cheese Louise. They just breeze right past them. And it's like, that's not the point of having a strike. And I feel like the Tannix is the House of Wolves. Yeah, Tannix, the House of Wolves strike. That was a great one because each room you went in, you were killing and fighting those ads. And it was very short, quick. You get to the boss, kill him, boom, done, that's it, move on. And
right.
In the April update, they did the same thing with Malak. But even in that one, you could run past a lot of the ads. And it was just, they need to fix that because that's pointless.
Yeah, I feel like there's got to be a balance between like the length of it and actually like making you kill things, like
and making it difficult. They need
right.
to make it difficult.
Right. Difficulty, making you actually kill things, not being able to run by it, and the length of it. Something that's super exciting that's coming with this is a brand new social space, because this entire time we've just been chilling on the tower, and we will now. Well, that's not true. We also have the wreath, right? But yeah, it's kind of a joke. Everybody still just goes to the tower for the most part, except for trials stuff. But yeah, a brand new social space in the Plague Lands.
And I assume the Plague Lands is an area on Earth. I didn't really research or look up anything on that, but
I believe it is.
Yeah, because of where like the whole Iron Lords like storyline, it took place mainly Twilight Gap. That's what we know. And I was hoping Mercury, because like where you would go at the lighthouse, that was such a cool area, and like it just looked perfect to have vendors posted up and everything there. And I'm hoping it's a much more viable place than the Reef. But I don't know how you could differ it from the tower, like what you could put there that the tower doesn't already have or the Reef doesn't already have.
Right.
So it'll just be a new cool area to go, I assume, but hopefully there's incentive and better things there.
Yeah, I agree. Because otherwise, why go anywhere other than the tower, other than to just see what it looks like?
Yeah. I mean, if I'm not picking up trials shit or going to see Zur, there's no point in me ever going to the Reef.
Right. Alright, so the second to last thing on the list is the new Crucible mode that they talked about, which we also don't know what it is, and new multiplayer maps.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so year one maps were great, and I just to mention, I'm somebody who's off the year one meta. Like, that's all I know. I don't really care about year two that much. The year one maps were great. The year two maps that came with the Taken King were kind of lackluster and just not fun to play. Some of the DLC maps, like from Crota's End and House of Wolves, some of those maps were really cool and enjoyable. But the year two maps, just no, they got to make them good. I think the one that takes place on the tower, that map was cool. Other than that, like I just didn't enjoy them that much. So I'm hoping, I don't know, they'll bring something fresh, exciting, and just not terrible.
I feel the same
map
way.
Design's a big part of making player versus player fun.
Yeah, it's other than maybe weapon balancing, I'd say it's probably the biggest deal. It might even be the biggest deal. I don't know.
Well, weapon balance is at a very good place right now, I feel like.
Yeah. I'm just, in terms of making PvP fun, I'm just ranking it that way. But the last item on the list is the new enemy faction we'll be facing and the bosses that come along with them.
Yeah, so what I saw from the Siva, it's just, I think it's a kind of the same take on Fallen. Like, they're taking an enemy that already exists and just putting something new into them. The Siva, which is like a metal that, like, I guess you would say contaminates and takes over the fallen body and makes them metal and whatnot. So I guess we'll be seeing Vandals, Dregs, Captains with what they have on their possession already and just a new ability to add with them.
So kind of like just a rehash of a current enemy we already have, similar to what they did with the Taken.
Yeah, that's exactly how I see it. And they showed in the trailer is a dude that looked like Skolas. He had the big Scorch Cannon, and it just looked like another fallen enemy, like a fallen boss, similar to Archon Priest, and like I said a second ago, Skolas. So I don't know what new's going to come with that, or if it's going to be pretty much the same thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, with the Taken, like they added like the black orbs that float, that the shadow touched or whatever, that do different like debuffs to you or whatever. So it wasn't just like, it was just like a different colored fallen or whatever. So it's, I'm sure they'll add more than just a reskin to it, but
yeah, and like I'm not trying to dog on it at all, because when the Taken came, like, and all the ads that were taken, the abilities that they had on it were actually unique and like useful, and like made it more challenging and difficult, and it was a great idea, and I think that was fantastic what they did with the Taken. And I'm assuming it's going to be the same, and it's going to be great. Whatever they do with it, it's going to be great, but I'm ready to see something like the Amakar and dragons and shit like that, but I'm just a nerd, so.
aren't we all?
I want dragons.
Everybody loves dragons. Well, yeah, that's the end of our list. So that's basically everything that has been announced that will be brand new in the Rise of Iron expansion that comes out in September. So there's not really anything else to cover in that vicinity, but is there anything else you'd like to touch on just about Destiny in general?
Yeah, no, I want to touch on Galahorn, how, you have to pre-order it, which is whatever, you have to pre-order to get it. I just hope what they're doing, because they're going to make it a quest to be able to get a Galahorn, and I hope they do that with more of what's happening, like more of the guns. You have to go through a quest line and actually make it difficult, and we saw that with like Sleeper Simulant and other guns, No Time to Explain. It was cool, but it was just not worth getting the gun because they were useless. And hopefully there are exotics in this game that there's a difficult quest line to go through, and the guns are worth getting and a must-have. Because that was the greatest thing about Year 1, was having exotics that were must-have. So I hope we get to see more of that.
Yeah, it definitely rewards the grinders and the people who take the game more seriously and put the hours in.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I guess that's all for today, guys. If you're still hanging around, I appreciate you staying this long and listening. If you enjoyed it, drop a like. If you have anything to say, any comments to throw in or add on, or questions for us, leave a comment down below. And if you want to see more content in the future, subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. This has been your boy Atlas, and
This has been Isaiah, and bringing you the great news as always, and don't really have an outro, but, whatever this kid does, let him do his thing.
thanks, guys. Have a great day.